Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with your girl Zoey and Brandy, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Zoey's ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands. The little tiny corrections and lots of motivation and praise that we give the puppies when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Brandy is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and she keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in her right hand. That leaves her left hand free to give any correction that's needed, and the only correction that we give is a tiny little tug and release on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Zoey's going to come home with her very own training equipment, and you're going to be taught how to use that properly during your follow-up training session tomorrow. Now Zoey's sitting very nicely at Brandy's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. The command is Zoey heel, and at this point Zoey has a job to do. And that is to maintain pace with you when you're walking. Not forging ahead or bouncing around on the end of the leash, but walking with you like a lady, and each time that you stop your feet, she's been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for her next command. So whether you're walking slowly and having a conversation with someone, or whether you're a power walker, she should stay right up next to your left leg and not drag you down the street. And she's doing a great job of matching pace with Brandy, and each time that Brandy stops, she should sit. If she doesn't sit, you'll hear Brandy say no sit and give that little tiny correction that we talked about. And for the most part, she sits automatically beautifully. Now the next command that we're going to demonstrate is the sit stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. You don't use her name. You're going to lengthen her sit stay out to 3 minutes over the next couple of months. So start out at about 30 seconds and slowly add like 5 seconds, 10 seconds a day to her sit stay. And Brandy will take off heeling with her again. And all of her exercises are designed to develop self-control, maturity, focus, paying attention, listening when she's spoken to. Oh, she must have stepped on something, or a bug got her or something. Does she have something on her? She got something on her tail? She had a leaf stuck on her tail. She didn't like that feeling. And when things like that happen, And it happens with puppies, it happens with adult dogs. You just go back, fix the problem, and do the command again. This time, instead of returning back to her, Brandy's going to demonstrate the come on command. So it's Zoey come, happy voice, and she came right in and sat. And that's what you want her to do. You don't want her to come and then jump all over you and mug you. You want her to come like a lady and sit in front of you. So even with company, if your children have company over, she has to sit to get praised. And to get that greeting that she's looking for. Brandy leaves her in another sit stay. On this command, you do use her name in a happy voice, and you use your leash as your guide to guide her right in front of you and have her sit. And she gets praised for a good job. I don't know what they're doing. They're cutting trees down or something. It's really loud out here, and I apologize. But this is what happens to us in the spring. Now, the next command that we're going to demonstrate is the down from a heel position. So with her seated at your left, you take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, and give the one-word command to down. Make her go all the way and stay. And you can almost tell by her body language when she is like, okay, I'm going to get comfortable. And this command, as well as your sit stay, can be practiced indoors as well as outdoors. And you're going to work up on the long down state of 5 minutes. And those are regulation times if you were to compete in an obedience trial. Brandy heals her out of that. She's so cute. We know how much you've missed her. And she's come a long, long way from the puppy that first came. Now if she breaks on a stay, you go back and you do it again. She has to complete it the way it was taught. And just her having this much control is something that she did not have any of when she got here. She couldn't focus for more than a second. So I know that you're seeing that she's done some improving, and I know that you guys are really anxious to get her home. And I don't blame you. You don't want to miss her puppyhood. And she can get fresh and she can get silly. She's still a baby. But she has to know that you mean business. So Brandy leaves her in a sit stay and just takes a couple steps and does the down from a distance. So with that, your homework is going to be lengthening out your distance and your time. Now we have demonstrated for you all of Zoey's formal on-leash obedience commands: heeling, auto sit, sit stay, come, down from heel, down from a distance. She's a sweetheart. We've enjoyed having her. She's come a very long way. Rich is going to come with written instruction for you and scheduling. You'll have your video to work with at home. And we want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company. We will see you soon.